All right. All right. Welcome, friends, to Kristi's Kitchen Counter. My name is Kristi, and it's been so much fun partying with y'all this week. And I wanted to jump on because I'm got a little project with our home office and wanted to be able to give y'all a taste of Pampered Chef in just a few minutes. So clearly, I've already baked a cake, used our new two pan that Pampered Chef came out with. I will post pictures in here as well so you can see. The nice thing about this is it does have a removable insert and it has these built-in stands. So when it came out of the oven, I was able to turn it upside down on hot pads and let it rest because it was funny that I used a box mix this time. I have made my very own from scratch angel food cake that's in our new season's best, but I went easy today. Um, and the box even said to invert your tube pan on a bottle. So when you have the right tube pan, you don't have to do that. You have to let it cool, then it just falls down. The tube pan also comes with a releasing tool. The nice thing about this is it has a flat edge and then a rounded edge. So I was able to kind of go around the edge as it was cooling. And then I inverted it. When the cake fell out, the tube was still on there, but I was able to kind of go in around the top of the cake to release that inner portion. So we've got our angel food cake. So now we're going to make a glaze. I've got our 2 cup silicone, and I'm going to just take and get some lemon juice. And then if you saw in the parties, our citrus press is amazing, by the way, cut side down. And I'm just going to press this in this bowl. And this bowl has in it 1 cup of powdered sugar. I used our new stainless steel cup to get that measured out. Now, the nice thing about this is it catches the seeds. Limes don't have seeds, lemons have seeds. And so there were several seeds in there. But you can see with just 1 squirt, we're able to get all of the juice of the lemons. And then the seeds are contained. Oh, looks like we had one little stinky. It was a tiny little seed. And then we have our new gourmet flavored sauces or syrups. This is our limoncello, which we're going to use. We have a gourmet brown sugar and we have a gourmet cherry almond. Now I'm going to squirt a couple of tablespoons. Now you might think, well, that's kind of a cool little pump. And yes, when you buy a syrup from me, I will mail you a pump. Yours is gold, so yours looks a little different, but very, very handy when you are serving. Put a little squirt in maybe a tea, or maybe that brown sugar has been a very popular one with coffees or lattes or Nespressos, right? So, and then there's the cherry almond as well. But you can use it for all kinds of things, your favorite drinks, but also like what we're doing today, just a little glaze. Somebody is saying too that they've just put a little bit of the syrup over a cake. You can totally do that too, right? Now, just to mention, don't know if you saw, but the cake plate that we have the cake sitting on is one of our new spring products. The cake wasn't on it. I could invert it so you could kind of have a tiered little serving platter as well. It does unscrew. There's 3 pieces. If you wanted 2 bases, you could totally do that as well. Let me grab. I thought I got that little. It's not even a seed, actually. It's just a bit of the rind from that one. So let me just I'm going to drizzle this right over top. Okay, who loves angel food cake? To me, an angel food cake is just kind of like a summertime recipe. Growing up with strawberry shortcake, angel food cake was just amazing. Okay, so this is a way to kind of make it look pretty, add a little flavor. This just screams spring to me. And you know what? We've got Easter coming at the end of this month. What a beautiful dessert for Easter, right? Okay, so let me move this out of my way, my tools, and we're going to bring some strawberries into the picture. Can y'all see the strawberries? So the strawberries I've taken, look at the size of some of these strawberries. They were huge. Look at that. So I picked some more smaller ones, but we can do bigger ones too. And I've just got the greens cut off of them. And little odd here. Our cup slicer. This was a huge seller last spring. It was the biggest of our spring collection last spring, as far as we could not keep them on the shelves, right? So this is our cup slicer. It has a little base and it has um five five different blades. They're all serrated, but think about all the things you can slice with these. Now watch, I'm just doing these strawberries, but what else could I have here? In the chat. You have something else that you could slice with your cup slicer. Do you have a cup slicer? All right. So just like that, we have, what was that? Like seven strawberries, all perfectly sliced. And all I'm going to do here, perfect for that strawberry shortcake, right? I'm going to just add a couple of squirts of our limoncello syrup. And I'm going to kind of let those sit here because these will be additions to our cake. We've got the glaze on there. Now, whipped cream, right? Whipped cream, if you think about that strawberry shortcake, you kind of have whipped cream. And notice I did not say Cool Whip. Y'all, it has been years since I have bought Cool Whip. Kind of like the cheese thing, when you grate your own cheese, you don't have all those added things that the companies put in to keep them on the shelf, right? So let me just grab something really quick. Who remembers our whipped cream maker of the past? Anybody remember that? It is a wonderful tool. And I do still have some in my cabinet, but this is the restyled version that has the container with a lid on the bottom and the top. This is what we're going to use here to actually pump the whipped cream and get that going. There's a couple of other pieces too. Check this out. We'll be able to actually decorate too. So it's the whipped cream maker decorator all in one. So let me show you about those here in a minute. So normally I've got heavy whipping cream in here, right? Just filled to the fill line, which is what it has marked on there, just like the older ones. And usually what you do is you put a couple tablespoons of powdered sugar, some vanilla, some almond extract, some Baileys, whatever it is you want to do as far as flavoring for your whipped cream. Today, I'm just going to add a quarter of a cup of strawberry jam. So this was a recipe that was in our Season's Best, that angel food cake recipe that I was mentioning earlier. It's fantastic because it just adds a little sweetness. It adds a little bit of a pink to your whipped cream as well. Now notice on this one, there is a little bit, you can open it because we're going to need to open it when we're decorating. But while we're making the whipped cream, we're going to keep that closed. And just like the other one, it's just a fast and furious motion, right? And it's only about 30 seconds that it takes to get a nice whipped cream done. Now I will switch sides because you can't have one arm that's all nice and toned for making your whipped cream and the other one, not so toned. So I go back and forth and you can feel it getting tougher to do. I don't even think it's been 30 seconds, but I kind of feel like we're good to go. So lift the top up. Okay. And I'm just gonna open it. Oh my gosh. Look at that, y'all. I mean, literally, it was heavy whipping cream. Y'all saw how liquid it was, right? And I just added the jam in there. For the jam is going to give it the sweetness that like the powdered sugar and the vanilla would have given just a regular whipped cream. But you saw how fast, how easy that was. Now, what I'm going to do, this little insert is what we're going to stick down in, because now that we've got it all solid, we want to be able to put the lid back on. But for me, I'm going to release that little opening at the top, right? Because we're going to have that to be able to get a little air circulating in there to be able to decorate. Okay. Then we're just going to add our tip. Now, who likes to decorate? Who thinks they're good at decorating? Because I am not the artistic one in the family. And let me just say, my family, my husband's an architect, very, very creative. My boys, all but one, very, very creative. then sorry for the youngest that got my artistic ability. He doesn't like it that much either. So anyway, cool one. Now, don't judge, but look, even those of us that aren't very creative can make a little, y'all see that? Just around the edge, it's a little bit of a hint of pink, right? And I'm just gonna go all the way around. What would you like to flavor this with? I did strawberry jam, but you could probably do any kind of jam, right? I hope I have enough to go all the way around this cake. This is the first time, not the first time I've done the whipped cream, but the first time I've tried to go all the way around an angel food cake. It's pretty. I think it's gonna get all the way around. So fun. I did, got all the way around. Look at that. There's even a little bit left, so I can maybe do a little dollop on the top or a couple of dollops on the top. And look at that. Little strawberries up there. I'm just playing around here now, right? But look how beautiful that looks. And I know it tastes good because you can't really go wrong, in my opinion, with lemon and strawberry. Anybody else? Anybody else? So how fun is that? Little angel food cake. Doesn't that kind of remind you of Easter, summer, spring, right? So I'm going to have some more of the strawberry slices ready to go. If you have any questions, we are definitely going to be done before 15 minutes. And I am happy to answer any questions, but I do want to show you one more of our spring products before we get done here. Let me rinse my hands off for a second. Now, when you're thinking about entertaining, whether it's spring or out on the patio, or along the kitchen counter, right? Think about your drinks. In the summer, you like to keep your cold drinks cold, right? In the winter, or if you have coffee or hot chocolate, you want to keep them hot. Now, for this example, about 11 o'clock, so about 3.5 hours ago or so, I put some hot water in here. This is our insulated pitcher. I don't know if y'all can see the steam, but the steam is pretty good here. I'm just going to take our little instant read thermometer. I'm going to stick it in here because this morning or at 11, when I put it in here, it was registering at 142 degrees. And it's been 3 hours and about 20 minutes. And it's registering at about, I don't know if y'all can see this, 130. It keeps fluctuating between 130, 133, 137. So let me say, in about 3.5 hours, this has only dropped a few degrees. So I have a friend who's a coffee drinker, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can make a pot of coffee in the morning, take it to work, and my coffee is still warm for my afternoon cup. So again, this example was just showing the heat part, but just like it retains the heat, like our insulated bowls, like our cool and serves, it will, or like our insulated bowls and our on-the-go bowls, this will retain cold heat and hot heat. So that's our insulated pitcher. It's beautiful as well and easy to use. So I hope this was fun. I hope this was informative. I hope you enjoyed being able to take a closer look, see some products in action. I'm going to get to some questions now. I hope y'all have had a great time in our party. If there's anything else you want to learn more about, just let me know. Okay, let me